Welcome to our deep dive into the world of AI in 2025. We've got a really interesting article from TATANKA. You know that website that looks at where technology meets indigenous wisdom?
Right. Yeah, I've seen it.
It's called The Dawn of a New Era, AI's Transformative Leap into 2025.
Hitchy.
And get this, it even features 25 AI predictions from ChatGPT itself.
Oh, wow. So they're like using AI to predict AI.
Exactly, it's like AI reflecting on itself.
That's kind of trippy when you think about it.
Totally.
Yeah.
So the article kicks off by painting this picture of AI being everywhere in our daily lives by 2025. And we're not just talking about our phones.
Right.
Think like smart homes that know what we need before we do.
Yeah.
Healthcare systems that can instantly customize treatments. AI assistants that can sense how we're feeling. It's almost like AI will become invisible, you know, just working silently in the background.
It is fascinating, but also a little unsettling. Like, what happens to us as humans when the line between us and machines blurs like that?
Right. On the one hand, you can imagine it freeing us from all those boring chores, like making life easier and more efficient. What if your AI assistant didn't just manage your schedule, but could also help you navigate tricky situations, even offer a shoulder to cry on?
It's like that story of Elysium in the article about this fictional personalized AI assistant that acts as a mental health companion, learns your emotional patterns, offers support, even helps you focus on the good times. It's a pretty wild concept.
Yeah, AI providing support in a way that's never been possible before,
Yeah.
but it also makes you wonder how much is too much to share with an AI.
For sure.
Could we become so dependent on it for emotional support that we forget how to connect with real people?
It's a valid concern. As AI gets smarter, these are questions we're going to have to grapple with.
Absolutely. And that kind of leads us to the next big thing. The article talks about AI as a partner, not just a replacement.
Yeah.
It's about AI and humans collaborating in all sorts of fields: science, art, education. Not about AI taking over our jobs, but actually
Wow.
helping us achieve more than we ever could alone.
I like that. That's the part that really gets me excited. Imagine what we could accomplish if we could tap into AI's strengths and combine them with human creativity.
Right.
Imagine scientists using AI to discover cures for diseases, or artists co-creating with AI to develop completely new forms of expression.
The article talks about AI composing music with musicians or helping researchers come up with groundbreaking solutions.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what kind of incredible things we could achieve together.
Absolutely. And think about the impact on the job market. This kind of collaboration means new roles will emerge, ones focused on managing understanding and refining what AI produces. It's about learning to work with AI, not just for it.
It's a whole new way of thinking about work, for sure. But it does raise questions about how we prepare for this future.
Yeah.
What skills do we need to thrive in this AI-powered world? What about those who might get left behind?
Education and lifelong learning are going to be key. We can't just teach people how to use AI tools. We need to help them develop critical thinking, problem solving, and adaptability. Those are the skills that will really matter.
For sure. Okay, so we've talked about the potential, but we can't ignore the risks either. The article's pretty clear that as AI gets more integrated into our lives, we need some serious ethical guidelines. Things like data privacy and algorithmic bias become even more critical.
Absolutely. The more AI is involved in making decisions, the more we need to ensure it's being used fairly and responsibly. We can't just assume AI is neutral. It can reflect and even amplify existing biases in society if we're not careful.
The article even brings up the possibility of AI being used for things like surveillance and predictive policing. It's a pretty scary thought, right? On the one hand, maybe AI can help prevent crime, but on the other hand, what about the potential for misuse and the erosion of our privacy?
It's tricky finding the line between using AI for good and protecting our basic human rights. And honestly, there are no easy answers. We're going to need some serious discussions and regulations as AI technology keeps advancing.
Okay, so the article then jumps into these terms, multimodal AI and general AI. Can you break those down for us? What's the big deal about them?
Well, think about how we humans experience the world. We use our senses, sight, sound, touch, all at the same time. Multimodal AI is about building systems that can process different types of data, just like we do. It's not just about seeing a picture or reading text, it's about understanding the whole context.
So what you're saying is it's about AI that can think more like a human. But what about general AI? Is that the stuff of science fiction, like super intelligent robots taking over the world?
Well, we're not quite there yet. But general AI is the ultimate goal. Right now, AI is great at specific tasks, but general AI aims to create machines that can learn and solve problems in any area just like humans do.
So it's about AI that's not just good at one thing, but can learn and adapt to any situation. It's both exciting and a little intimidating.
Definitely. General AI has the potential to revolutionize everything, but it also raises serious questions about control and accountability. Who's responsible when AI can make decisions on its own? What happens if those decisions have unintended consequences?
It's a lot to wrap our heads around. So far, we've been focusing on the potential downsides, but the article also highlights how AI could help us solve some of the world's biggest problems, things like climate change and global health.
Right. AI can analyze massive amounts of data and see patterns that humans might miss. Imagine using AI to optimize energy grids and reduce waste, predict natural disasters, and help communities prepare, even accelerate drug discovery and find cures for diseases. The possibilities are pretty mind-blowing.
It sounds like AI could be a force for good, but the article stresses the need for equal access to these benefits. Not everyone has the same resources or opportunities when it comes to technology.
Exactly. We need to make sure that the advancements in AI are available to everyone, not just a select few. Otherwise, we risk creating even greater inequalities.
Oh, now for the really fun part, AI's role in creativity. The article talks about AI generating music art, even writing novels that rival human creations. It's almost like AI is becoming an artist itself.
What's interesting to me is that AI isn't necessarily replacing human artists, it's changing the way we create. Imagine artists collaborating with AI to push boundaries and explore new creative territories. It's like merging human imagination with the power of algorithms, and the results could be incredible.
It's a whole new way of thinking about art. But it also raises questions about authorship and originality. If AI creates a piece of music, who owns the copyright? The programmer? The person who gave the AI the instructions?
Those are questions we're still figuring out. The legal and ethical implications of AI-generated content are going to be a big topic of debate as this technology develops. But there's also this amazing potential for AI to democratize the creative process.
What do you mean by that?
Well, imagine AI-powered tools that allow anyone to compose music or create stunning visuals even without any formal training. Suddenly, creativity isn't limited to those with years of experience or access to expensive equipment.
That's a really cool idea, giving everyone the ability to express themselves artistically. And speaking of personalization, the article also explores this concept of AI assistants that are specifically tailored to each individual. They're not just task managers, they're more like AI companions that understand your needs and preferences.
Think back to that story of Elysium. It touches on this idea of an AI that's deeply connected to your personal journey. Imagine an AI that helps you achieve your goals, offers advice and support, even helps you manage your emotions. It's almost like having a personalized coach or therapist right in your pocket.
But again, there's that question of how much we're willing to share. Do we really want an AI knowing our deepest thoughts, feelings, and aspirations? Where's the line between personalized support and feeling like our privacy is being invaded?
It's a trade-off, isn't it? The benefits of personalized AI are undeniable, but so are the risks. We need to be really thoughtful about how we use this technology and what safeguards are in place.
So we've talked about AI's impact on everything from healthcare to creativity to our personal lives. The last part of the article dives into ChatGPT's 25 specific predictions for AI in 2025. Before we get lost in all those predictions, let's take a step back.
Good idea. Instead of going through them one by one, how about we group them into themes? Things like AI in healthcare, AI in creativity, AI in the workplace, and so on. That way we can see the bigger picture and understand how these predictions could impact different aspects of our lives.
Perfect. That sounds like a plan. So let's dive into those predictions in our next segment. We'll explore what ChatGPT envisions for the future of AI and what it might mean for you and me.
I'm ready to explore those predictions. It's going to be fascinating to see what the future holds and how these predictions might play out.
All right, so we're back and ready to unpack these 25 predictions from ChatGPT about AI in 2025. Where should we start?
Well, ChatGPT seems pretty bullish on AI and healthcare, so let's dive in there first.
Yeah, some of those predictions were pretty mind-blowing, like AI being able to diagnose diseases way more accurately and personalize treatments for each patient. And then there's the prediction about AI predicting health risks before they even show up. It's like having a personal health guardian, right?
What's really interesting here is the potential shift from reactive to proactive healthcare. Instead of waiting until someone gets sick, AI could help us identify risks early on and maybe even prevent those illnesses altogether.
That sounds amazing. But it also makes you wonder about access and affordability. Will everyone be able to benefit from these AI-powered advancements, or will it just widen the gap between those who can afford it and those who can't?
It's a valid point. As much as we talk about the potential of AI, we can't forget about the importance of equity. We need to ensure that these advancements are available to everyone, not just a privileged few.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. ChatGPT also made a bunch of predictions about AI changing the way we work. Things like AI optimizing supply chains, doing legal research, making remote work even better, and even helping us manage our personal finances. It seems like no job is safe from the AI revolution.
I wouldn't say it's about jobs being safe, but more about how they'll evolve. AI will likely automate certain tasks, but that could free up humans to focus on things that require creativity, strategy, and interpersonal skills. Think about it, instead of spending hours on data entry, an accountant could use AI to analyze financial trends and give better advice to clients.
So it's about working smarter, not harder, with AI as our partner. But what about people who don't have the skills or resources to adapt to this new AI-driven workplace?
That's where education and upskilling come in. We need to equip people with the knowledge and skills to thrive in this changing landscape. It's not just about learning how to code or use specific software. It's about developing critical thinking, problem solving, and the ability to adapt to new situations.
Now let's talk about something that always gets people fired up: creativity. ChatGPT predicts a huge surge in AI-generated music, art, and writing. It even suggests that some AI creations will be so good we won't be able to tell them apart from human-made stuff. Are we headed towards a world where algorithms are the new Picassos and Mozarts?
The idea of AI pushing the boundaries of creative expression is definitely exciting, but I don't think algorithms will completely replace human artists. Instead, I think we'll see more collaborations with artists using AI as a tool to enhance their work and explore new possibilities.
So it's not about AI versus humans. It's about AI and humans working together to create something truly unique.
Exactly. The article even mentions this idea of AI democratizing creativity, giving everyone the tools to express themselves artistically, regardless of their background or technical skills.
That's a pretty cool concept. But what about people who argue that AI-generated art lacks soul or emotional depth? How do we reconcile those concerns?
Well, at the end of the day, AI is a tool. The creativity, the emotion, the soul that still comes from the human artist. AI can expand our capabilities and open up new possibilities, but it can't replicate the essence of what it means to be human.
I like that perspective.
Mhm.
It's not about AI replacing human creativity,
Okay.
but evolving what it means to be creative in the first place.
Okay, let's move on to something a bit more serious. ChatGPT also made some predictions about AI's role in how we govern ourselves and the ethical frameworks we'll need.
Yeah, one prediction talked about AI helping governments make better decisions based on data and create more effective policies. Another one mentioned developing ethical guidelines for AI to ensure it's used responsibly and transparently. It seems like we're starting to realize that as AI gets more powerful, we need to set some ground rules.
Absolutely. AI is going to play a bigger and bigger role in our lives, so it's crucial that we establish ethical frameworks to guide its development and use.
Hmm.
We need to address things like bias, fairness, accountability, and transparency to make sure AI serves humanity's best interests, not just the interests of a few.
So it's not just about the technology itself, but about the values we embed in it and how we choose to use it.
Exactly. We need to make sure that AI aligns with our human values and helps us create a world that's more just equitable and sustainable.
Out of all of ChatGPT's predictions, what stands out to you as the most significant trend?
If I had to pick one, it would be the emphasis on personalization. From those hyper-personalized AI assistants we talked about to customized education and healthcare, ChatGPT sees a future where AI adapts to our individual needs and preferences. This could revolutionize so many aspects of our lives, but it also raises some red flags about privacy, data security, and the potential for AI to manipulate our choices.
That's a great point. Personalization can be incredibly empowering, but we also need to be careful about how our data is used and make sure we're still in control of our own decisions.
Absolutely. Finding that balance between convenience and control is going to be key as AI gets more sophisticated.
Okay, let's touch on a few more of ChatGPT's predictions before we wrap up. One that caught my eye was about emotion detecting AI. Imagine AI systems that can read our emotions and respond accordingly. That could change everything from customer service to entertainment to mental health support, like we talked about earlier.
The potential applications are huge, but so are the ethical concerns. How do we make sure emotion-detecting AI is used responsibly and doesn't lead to discrimination or manipulation? It's a question we need to think carefully about.
Another prediction that got me thinking was about AI-powered smart cities. Cities where AI optimizes traffic flow, manages energy consumption, and even helps with waste disposal. It sounds like something out of a futuristic utopia, but are there potential downsides we need to consider?
The idea of smart cities is definitely appealing, but we need to make sure they're designed with equity and inclusion in mind. We can't just focus on the shiny new technology. We need to think about how it impacts everyone, especially those who are often marginalized or left behind.
And one final prediction we can't ignore is about AI being used in autonomous weapon systems. This might seem like science fiction, but it's a reality we need to confront.
The development of autonomous weapons raises some really tough ethical and moral questions. Who's accountable when these systems make life or death decisions? How do we prevent unintended consequences? These are complex issues that require global cooperation and careful consideration to ensure AI is used responsibly in the military domain.
It seems like with every exciting possibility that AI presents, there's also a potential dark side that we need to be aware of.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to have these conversations to explore both the promises and the perils of AI so we can shape a future where this technology benefits humanity as a whole.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground here, from healthcare to creativity to the potential risks of AI. What's your overall takeaway from ChatGPT's predictions? Are you feeling optimistic, cautious, or somewhere in between?
I'd say I'm cautiously optimistic. The potential for AI to solve problems, enhance our capabilities, and drive innovation is huge, but we need to proceed thoughtfully, address those ethical concerns head on, and make sure these advancements benefit all of humanity, not just a select few.
I agree. It's an exciting time to be alive, but it's also a time for critical thinking, thoughtful dialogue, and responsible action as we navigate this uncharted territory. So we talked about how AI could revolutionize everything from healthcare to the art world, but amidst all this technological change, I keep coming back to this question.
Oh, what's that?
What does it mean to be human in a world where machines are getting smarter all the time?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? As AI evolves, it forces us to look in the mirror and reevaluate what makes us unique. Is it our creativity, our emotions, our empathy, or is it something even deeper, something we haven't even fully grasped yet?
Yeah. The article we've been discussing from TATANKA really emphasizes this blending of indigenous wisdom with technological insight. It feels like a reminder that as we venture into this AI-powered future, we need more than just technical skills. We need wisdom, ethics, and a deep understanding of our own values.
Totally agree. As we step into this unknown territory, it's crucial to draw on ancient wisdom, philosophical ideas, and ethical frameworks to guide our path. We need to ask ourselves not just what we can do with AI, but what we should do.
It's a heavy topic for sure, but it's one we can't ignore. And it's not just about the experts or the policymakers, it's about all of us. So to our listeners out there, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, what are your hopes and fears about the future of AI? If you could design your own personalized AI assistant, what would you want it to help you with?
The future of AI isn't something that's just happening to us. It's something we're all shaping together through our choices, our values, our actions.
Exactly. The future isn't predetermined. It's a tapestry woven from the decisions we make today.
So to wrap things up, we challenge you to stay curious, engage in these important conversations, and be an active participant in shaping the future of AI.
Because the future isn't written yet. It's up to all of us to write it.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI in 2025. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.